lot of these boats, especially in the BVIs or down in the Caribbean, are gonna be tying up to mooring balls. So that's when you just grab your mooring ball, put it right there, easy, you're done. However, no mooring balls out here. We're gonna be anchoring up ourselves. So let's see what we're working with. You got 2 hatches. Of course, right there you have access to your anchor. You're gonna have your controls. Always nice option right here, a little freshwater washdown. If you drag up any mud or something. Then back here is gonna be your actual windlass. So after you make sure that everything is clear up there, nothing's gonna get caught, we're gonna open this up, have access to our actual windlass. Of course, this is a quick system. Got the horizontal wildcat right there. Definitely wanna keep your hands away from any moving parts. That is sharp in there. Could do some damage. Right here, this is our little flip. I've got that flipped over. That's the lock in case for whatever reason that your windlass gave out, you wouldn't have an anchor flying off the bow. And right now it's latched so it can't come back up. Now we're all ready, no boats around us. Captain Keith gives me the thumbs up and I'm gonna let this out. As you've seen before, we're gonna guesstimate. In calm water, they say 3 feet to every foot of depth. I like to do 5 just to be safe. Of course, if it's rough, you're gonna do 7. So right now I checked the depth. We're in about 10 feet of water, so I'm gonna guesstimate 30 feet and see where we go from there. And now Keith is gonna put it in reverse ever so gently, get a good set, and you'll see the anchor start to scope out. That's about 30 feet, so we're gonna see where we set now. Gonna flip this on back for safety. Now you can see it looks like we're nice and straight, but now this is where, on a catamaran, it's a little bit different because we're working with a bridle system. So I get the question a lot, hey, do I really need a bridle? Sometimes the answer is no, okay? The anchor's still gonna hold, we probably wouldn't go anywhere right now. However, you're gonna get a much better set on that anchor, and think about it this way. When you're on a power cat, the bow's up here, anchor's down here. We've talked about before, the angle of which your anchor rod is what's gonna have you set in the bottom a lot better. So if you're more like this, you have more chance of pulling that anchor out of the mud, sand, whatever it is. If you're like this, you're just gonna set nice and good, and that's what the bridle's gonna do. You're gonna have a point down there where that's where all that pressure is coming from. So watch this. Got a bridle up in here. It's got a little safety string on there too, so you can pull it back up. We'll make sure that it's not caught up in that freshwater washdown. So sometimes you can hook it back there. I actually like to hook it up front here. I think that it's a little easier. Then you're just gonna hang that in there. And now you notice that it's still tight up here. So we're gonna let it out a little bit further now until it's tight on the actual bridle. So what we have here, we got our bridle set up, our hook is on the chain, and you're gonna notice the bridle is tight. You have this line coming off of each one of the hulls here to that center point. Now the chain behind that hook is not tight. All that pressure's on that bridle. So just like on a monohull boat where you're gonna have all of your pressure coming off the bow, on the Cat, we're doing it with the same thing right now, and all of that pressure is down there instead of up here on the bow. So we're all set.
Today we're going to demonstrate anchoring a boat when you go to the beach. We've had quite a few questions on that. It's going to require 2 anchors. So we'll have to set our bow anchor, then we're going to back up towards the beach, and then we'll get our stern anchor out, and we'll show you what we're going to do with that. So first of all, we've got to get the bow anchor out. This Boston Whaler's got a windlass. So the first thing we have to do is release the cable on here, holding it on here. And then I've got a remote control that I can drop the anchor from right here, so I can hit the down button and down she goes. So there goes the end of the chain. Now we're into the anchor rod, the rope. Now what I'm gonna have to do, since I'm here by myself, other than my trusty cameraman, is step back to the helm and put this boat in reverse and start backing up towards the beach. Okay, so now we've moved back to the helm and I've got control of the windlass right here. So I can hit the down button and just keep slowly backing up towards the beach. Now when I get back here shallower, I'm gonna wanna trim up my engines so that they're not getting into the sand. So you just get your trim button here on the side and you'll start trimming those up, and we'll just continue backing up, and then boom, there you just felt that plow anchor set. You're gonna feel it grab. So now we've backed the boat up close to the beach. I'm gonna take the line, tie it off to the cleat here, and then I'm just gonna take my stern anchor, and right now I'm just gonna toss it up towards the shore. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in. Now I've got the boat, so I can pull this up even further. So as I'm going by, I'm just gonna grab the anchor, just pulling the boat back, set it in there, and there you have it. Pull our anchor out of here. So we got anchor, we got a nice healthy section of chain. So I don't want to be dragging all this chain over the bow, so kind of separate them out into your hands, and then you're just going to place the anchor over, let her go down, and then just feed it out. So 7 times 5 is 35 feet. So I'm not sure on this boat, that looked like probably about 12 feet of chain there. So Nick's got the boat in reverse and we're slowly backing out of here. So you just got to kind of guesstimate it, or you can actually mark your anchor road. Maybe put a line at 10 foot, 2 lines at 20 foot, 3 at 30, or however you want to do it that works for you. Then once you got enough anchor road out, you're just going to kind of start pulling or bump the boat into reverse to where you feel it hook, and you're going to feel that anchor dig in. And then once again, when we go to the cleat, we're going to go the longest way around, under both sides, half a figure 8. You're going to give it a twist and pull on there, and then you're set. Pulling your boat back up to the anchor, have somebody at the helm go ahead and bump it in gear, and then all I've got to do, or you or your wife or your kids, whoever's up here, all you're doing is just picking up loose slack line. Now you may have to tell them, go a little this way, a little that way, so you stay right up on top of it, but then it's just going to make it so much easier that you're just picking up the dead weight basically, or the line, and then once the anchor's right straight underneath you, then it'll come right back up. I hope this helps with your anchoring. If your anchor doesn't grab and you're still sliding back, try letting out a little more anchor road and get a little bit better angle on it. If not, pick it up, see, maybe you got fouled with a bunch of grass or something on there, maybe clean it off and try it again.